A Year with God, Day 35. Today's reading focused on the prayer life of Jesus taken out of the book of Luke. The passage itself talked about Jesus going up to the mountain to pray, and in the commentary they talked about all the different points at which Luke especially talks about Jesus spending time in prayer. And at this point, we've had 10 days worth of practicing simple prayer. And the question that they posed was, after 10 days of practicing simple prayer, do you feel like prayer is becoming more part of your life? And so I've kind of reflected on that a little bit today. And in some ways and at some points, I think I can honestly say yes. There have been days in particular that focusing on remembering to practice simple prayer throughout the day, focusing on that, it seems to be a natural fit, seems to be a natural part of life. But there are other days, like today, where there was a lot of activity. I was dealing with things all day long, got very, very few minutes to myself, where it seemed like that taking those few minutes to be able to focus on God all too easily gets pushed off to the side. I think in order for prayer to become a habit, it needs to be something that we continually prioritize, because we have lots of demands on our time, lots of things that will fill up our time if we allow them to. And I think we need to intentionally make time and space to block some of those things out, to leave room for spiritual disciplines and prayer in particular. At least in particular, since that's the one that we're talking about right now. I was looking through a book the other day. I was trying to find a quote that I had highlighted, and I ran across another one where it said, spiritual disciplines are the intention on our part to make sure that our life is not filled up. That there is some time, some space set aside for us to connect with God in some way. And today, I think particularly was a reminder of how easy it is for our days to get filled, our time to get filled, us to be responding to other demands, to other priorities, and to not give prayer, time with God, spiritual disciplines, Bible reading, whichever one, to not give time to that priority. And I think it's a reminder that trying to have prayer be a natural part of your day is a good thing, but it's something we always need to focus on and never get to the point where we just think it will happen naturally. We always have to prioritize it. We always have to emphasize it. Otherwise, other things push it out, and we get to the end of the day and realize, I haven't spent a lot of time in prayer. I haven't spent a lot of time reflecting on God. I haven't spent a lot of time turning my thoughts toward God because I never did set aside that time to do so. So, those are my thoughts, a little disjointed, but those are my thoughts on day 35.